Thank you very much, and I really appreciate everyone sticking around. It means a lot to me. A lot of you probably haven't, not too familiar with me. I'm Bob Hayden. I grew up in the town of Hingham. I live in Hanover, and I'm an ordinary guy who over the last couple of years couldn't bear to watch what the far left agenda was doing in Washington with our country. It started that up kind of slowly with all the handouts and bailouts. I had voted for Scott Brown because I really didn't want to see the healthcare bill get passed. They passed it anyways. It was the very next day. I asked my wife, I said, what if I run for Congress? I said, the people in Washington have just shut us out, and they've stopped listening. And my wife said, you know, I support you. Go ahead and do it. And so here I am. I'm in this race. I'm completely opposite of, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Joe Malone, Jeff Perry. I'm not a polished guy. I'm not a politician. I wish I could throw out some real big names down in Washington that call me up and this and that. I'm doing this solely on principle. I cannot bear to sit up in the sidelines and watch this happen. I think the problem with Washington, D.C. is that the people down there are, and it was alluded to a few times earlier by some of the other speakers, they get down there maybe for good intentions, maybe not, but when they're down there, the focus, they lose focus as to why they're there and who they represent. They represent us. And it becomes about them at some point. They say people don't change Washington, Washington changes people. They've stopped listening to us, and it's time for ordinary people like myself and like you people to step up, step up to the plate and send a message to Washington, D.C. If you're not going to listen to us, guys like myself, I mean, I'm lucky. I have a ton of friends who feel exactly the way I do. But they don't, I mean, my wife is supporting me through this. It's when we've made sacrifices over the summer. My friends would love to do it. I just have the opportunity to do it, and I've got nothing to lose. Come Tuesday, I'm going to be a happy guy if I win or lose. I feel great about this experience. But the message to Washington is, if you stop listening to us, we're going to step up to the plate and take it back. And we're going to, and I've said about Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, those guys are, a lot of people have told me, Bobby, you're a quiet guy, you're shy, you're not polished. Well, polished isn't working. I'd like to go down to Washington, D.C. and help Polished pack up their bags and send Polished on their way. Another quick story, and this is a real positive story. I don't want to just preface it by that. It was 4 years ago today. My wife was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had 3 weeks ago before she was due to deliver my daughter. And it was, I can't tell you how emotional and scary that was, but it's a positive story, and I want to just explain. My wife's mom died of breast cancer 25 years earlier, and the great thing about when this happened was my wife went in the next day. She didn't mess around with it. She went into Boston. I thank God. I thank God, and I thank the hospitals and the healthcare that we have here. She went to Boston, and they had the diagnosis within days. And they said, okay, listen, it's an aggressive form of cancer. We're going to have the baby out real quick. Like, they gave us a couple days. Baby was born. Put her on the chemo. I mean, it was about 8 months of hell. But we have the best healthcare system in the world. My wife is real healthy, and my daughter's just turning 4 in a few days. And it was the next day after the healthcare bill got jammed through. 75% of us didn't want it. They just jammed it through. We can't afford to go. We're at a pivotal point. We're starting to head too close to like Europe with the handouts and the bailouts and the healthcare system. I've got 2 daughters. It's in the family. It's in the genes. Over in Great Britain and other parts of Europe, the breast cancer rate is so much higher, and there are about 8 or 9 bureaucrats for every patient. We just can't afford to go there. We've got the best system in the world here, and thank God. And that's part of the reason why I'm here. There's a lot of other reasons too, but I'm a real long shot in this race. But I have a plan that's going to make it work. And I'm going to need your cooperation. It's real simple. It's going to be easy. I need all of you to come to vote for me. Just bring 5,000 of your best friends. And we're in. We're in. No, I'd appreciate your vote, and thank you very much.